That was much better than yesterday. How are you doing? Okay, I'm going to get a quiz now. How many had 6 hours sleep last night? How many had 4 hours sleep last night? How many had 2 hours sleep last night? How many had no sleep? One person at the back. Oh, wow. So, did you have a good time yesterday? Well, I have a test for you. This is going to be the caption of the day. And what I mean by that is that we're now getting a lot of traffic on our Twitter feed. So thank you for those who are commenting and providing us with feedback on Twitter. And there's going to be a prize who makes the best suggestion on what I'm actually saying on that picture. Don't tell me now, and please keep it clean. You know me well enough by now. But whoever gives the best tweet feed on that as a caption of what I'm saying will give you a prize tomorrow, and we'll do the judging based on any Twitter feed input today or any tweets that you make. So, yesterday's venue. So, first of all, the Solution Cafe inauguration. So thank you for gathering and coming back there, and for our executives to light the diwa. That was always a very good ceremony and also a very important ceremony for any of our India interchanges. And the venue for last night, Skipper County. What do you think? Out of 10? 8? 7? 9. How many 10s? How many 9s? How many 8s? 9s have it. Fantastic. No, fantastic environment. I have to say it's the first time that I've been there myself as well, and I really found it fantastic with regard to the whole structure, with regard to helping us to be together, helping us to network, helping us to make sure that we had some good time together, both eating, drinking, watching a show as well. And also, there were lots of people who are actually driving the bazaar. I mean, I didn't realize our delegates were so competitive. I'm not sure who actually won that item out of all the people fighting for that item, but a lot of you were carrying the Lalit shopping bags yesterday, so you certainly took advantage. One of my colleagues ran out of money and came to me and said, "Look, Anil, do you have any money, please?" So I had to give her some rupees. I've not got it back yet, but I'll keep you updated on that. You know who you are. And the dancing. What about the dancing? I thought the dancing was amazing. It really was. And I have to say, I don't understand Hindi. I'm from Gujarat and I speak Gujarati, so I didn't understand a lot of the music that was sung, but it obviously sounded wonderful and the music was great. But I thought I was really bowled over by the dancing. I thought the dancing girls were fantastic. So, welcome to day 2. I'm not going to take too much time because we obviously were a little bit late starting again today. Obviously, those people with no sleep and only 2 hours sleep were a little bit late coming here, so we took a little bit of delay to make sure you took advantage of our surprise this morning from Deference, and hope you enjoyed that as well. So what have we got lined up for you today? Well, we've got 3 main tent sessions, and the main tent sessions are broken up into 2 halves. So we're going to have 2 main tent sessions this morning, and then we're going to have a closing main tent session this afternoon. We then have a number of elective slots for you, and there are 3 elective slots, and there are 3 options in each of the elective slots. Now, a number of you on the website have already indicated which electives you'd like to go to, so please be assured as to where you want to go for that elective. And I have a detailed map which I'll be putting up in a moment, so you can be very clear where in the hotel you need to go to, because the electives will start promptly 15 minutes from the time at which we finish this main tent session. We have to keep on schedule to make sure you get the maximum of today, being our full day at the conference. So we will be starting the elective sharp as scheduled on the time. So we want to make sure you grab a coffee and get to the room and you find your room. So I'll show you a detailed map in a moment. We also have a number of one-on-one meetings. Now, the one-on-one meetings in this hotel complex are a little bit complex, simply because it's at different locations on different floors. And again, I'll show you a map of where they are. You should have received last night at your room a piece of paper showing the one-on-one meetings that have been arranged for you or that you have requested with the appropriate IBMer. If you haven't received that, then please go to the registration and help desk and they'll help you to organize the appropriate meeting. If you did receive that, please try and be at that meeting location on time, because you're going to have over half an hour back-to-back meetings. We've got a number of slots and we want to make sure everybody gets to meet the people they want to meet and spend the time that they want to with those individuals. So please make sure you follow the instructions to those particular meeting rooms. And again, I'll show you where those meeting rooms are. We also have 2 larger Solution Cafe sessions. I apologize that yesterday our Solution Cafe session was slightly curtailed, and therefore we finished a little bit late on our main tent session, and therefore you had less time, but we've given you extra time today for both those sessions. So both the Solution Cafe and the Interactive Center will both be on for 2 sessions today for a great number of time. So have a look at that. And with regard to the interactive session, I've already had feedback from about 4 or 5 IBM people, but also a number of our delegates as well. And you've said this is a fantastic idea. And in fact, me and my team from Montpellier in France are also considering now thinking of taking this on in our European event for next year as well. So thank you for your feedback. Continue the feedback, because that's what we really need to make sure we give you what you want in this conference. We also have obviously an endless amount of networking opportunities. And then after a genuinely hard working day of presentations, networking, elective sessions, interactive center, Solution Cafe, we will have our gala dinner. And I'll tell you more about that this afternoon when we close day 2. So on the agenda today, we're going to kick off with software. And we have George Lel Ross, who's going to be presenting on how realistically the landscape is changing, and realistically we need to make sure we're part of that change and that definition as a team, as a partnership. Then we'll be moving into the field of analytics and data analytics, and we have Anil, who's going to be presenting on predicting success. We all would love to predict success, so we've got some tools and ideas which we believe we can work together to do exactly that. So those will be our 2 main sessions. Then we have that break that I was mentioning. We will then go into the elective session. So again, I apologize, it's 15 minutes only, but please grab a coffee. I have asked the hotel to put another coffee counter out. So there will be a coffee counter at the back as well, not just these 2, so we can get you your coffee very quickly so you can head to the appropriate elective. Be aware that if you're in an elective that's in the Crystal Ballroom, then you don't need to go too far. It's only the people that are in the other elective rooms, which are all the way towards the interactive center, that you will actually need to take a little time to get to. But remember, we do have 1 elective for each of the elective slots here in the main Crystal Ballroom. So, a number of you picked up the documentation, so documentation is still there. If you're not sure which elective you want to go to yet and you want more detail, or indeed you want more detail about some of the main tent sessions that will be coming up later on in the program today and tomorrow, then pick up those collateral appropriately. These are the elective sessions. I'll put that up for 1 moment, and when we finish our main tent session this morning, I will leave that slide up for you. So on the way out, you'll be able to reinforce in your mind where you need to go. So as you can see, there are basically 3 elective slots and 3 choices in each slot. The first choice will be in the Crystal Ballroom for each of the slots, and the others are what are called in the Traveler 1 and Traveler 2. And these are located just before the Interactive Center in the Traveler Hotel reception, and I'll show you that in a map in a moment. The Solution Cafe booths will be open this afternoon. They won't be open this morning. Check on your agenda, but as soon as the electives are finished, we will then head into lunch, one-on-one meetings, and during that period of time is when the Solution Cafe will be open and the Interactive Center will be available to you as well. Of course, don't forget the Solution Center quiz and prize. Today is the deadline for the entry, so take some time over the 2 Solution Cafe slots that you have to fill out that form and put it into one of the boxes that you see either in this area, or there's also one in the registration area as well. Experience Center. Out of all the feedback I've had, the 2 experiences that have come back to me as being the sort of real ones they've enjoyed, number 1 has been the private cloud solution. And the comment made to me by a delegate was, I loved the way that I could do this experience in 30 minutes. You gave me a document, you gave me a scenario, I followed that scenario, and as a result of that, I could do and play with that tool and that software within 30 minutes. Normally, I would be searching and trying to find out new facilities or features or whatever, but with that scenario guide, I was able to do that in 30 minutes. Within 30 minutes in Bluemix, you're creating applications. So please do take advantage. I'll keep reinforcing that because you have told us it's something that's good, and those of you who have not had a chance to experience it, please take time to experience it. Twitter has been moving. I'm not the only one that's been tweeting. So thank you for those who have been involved, and thank you for those taking part. The comments have been pretty positive. You know, a number of people have said yesterday was very good start to the conference. A number of people like the Watson session that we had as well. So all of that feedback, keep that coming on Twitter, please. And as I said, we've got this new caption competition as well. What am I saying on that photo? And we'll share that with the audience, and hopefully we'll be able to share that with that audience tomorrow. So, looking at the detailed map, you've got this in your pocket guide that's in your badge as well. These maps are in there. So what you can see there, first of all, is the red zones. The red zones are where the electives are going to take place. The large red zone, as you see that on the right, is the Crystal Ballroom, that we are in right now. The Traveller 1 and Traveller 2 are on the far left, just before the interactive zone, which is that yellow box on the left. So remember that map-wise. You can see where the lobby is, you can see where the hotel entrance is, and you can see where the lifts are as well. So that gives you some sort of locality of where those items are. With regard to one-on-one meetings, we've basically got one-on-one meetings taking place in 2 floors. We've got them taking place on the 1st floor, and we've got them taking place on the 7th floor. So on the 1st floor, there is a business center. As you come out the lifts, you'll see the lifts there on the bottom of the picture on the left for the 1st floor. That's the business center, and you'll see the meeting room names labeled with MR so-and-so on the actual floor. In your pocket guide, you have a view of which meeting rooms are on which floor. So look at that, and that'll give you a detailed view of whether meeting rooms 1 to 4 and where they are, and you'll be able to find them. Again, if you have any questions, I apologize for this complex way we're doing it, but there has been a surge in demand for meeting rooms. And we want to make sure that we give you the opportunity to meet all the people that you've requested that you wish to meet during this conference. So take advantage of the information in your pocket guide. Use my team, the crew or volunteers, or indeed the help desk and registration desk if you need any further information with regard to where the meeting rooms are, or indeed come to me and I'll be happy to help you directly myself. So the first element of meeting rooms are on the 1st floor in the business center. The second set of meeting rooms are on the 7th floor. Now, it's a bit of a trek from the 7th floor, so as you come out of the lifts on the 7th floor, you will go right. You will walk right to the end of that corridor, and then you'll have to turn left, and you walk left, and about literally 10, 15 feet on your left is the entrance to the executive lounge. And within the executive lounge, we have those red meeting rooms that you can see. And again, there will be signs up to indicate which meeting rooms are where. We apologize for this, but we wanted to make sure, as I said, that you had that opportunity to meet the people you wanted to. So if you're going to be having a meeting room in a meeting place that's on the 7th floor, give yourself ample time to get there. It's in your pocket guide. I won't spend any more time on that, but I just want to make sure that you're aware where the meeting rooms physically are so you can give yourself the appropriate time. So, how many managed to complete the day 1 evaluation form yesterday? Not a lot. If you'd be very kind enough to do that for us, we would be grateful, because we want to make sure we get your feedback to know whether we're doing a good job, a bad job, and any areas that we can improve. So please take some time to complete day 1 and put them in the box, or hand them to one of my volunteers, or hand them to the registration and help desk. And day 2, you have 1 form, but you have 1 form for the whole day. So you can start filling that in for the main plenary speakers this morning, and then you can finish that off this afternoon and hand that off at the end of today. You don't need to hand that day 2 form in now. These are the electives, and again, I will make sure that this slide is up for you at the end of today's main tent session, so you know exactly where you're going for your electives. So I wish you a very good day 2 at the conference. Me and my team are here to support you in the best way that we can, and if there's anything we can do to make your experience or anything you specifically need, don't hesitate to come to us. And I'm sure we'll meet through the day, and I'll come and join you again and close the event, or close day 2, should I say, this afternoon. Thank you very much indeed.